this should be a lot of fun tomorrow, kicking off in about 24 hours exactly.
We're getting close now.
Finally. It's Wolf and Luke. Jody Jackson's in for Wolf today, and the voice of the Sun Devils, Tim Healey, is joining us right now on the Arizona Sports Line. Tim, thank you so much for the time. This is pretty cool. You get to call some college football playoff games now, huh?
Yeah, that is pretty cool, Luke. And, 27 years doing this, and this is probably the most important Arizona State football game I've called on the radio in 27 years. It's the first time the Sun Devils have played in a New Year's Day bowl game since the 97 Rose Bowl, when Jake Plummer's team came within, 20 seconds or so of winning a national championship. And it's been a long dry spell in terms of getting to a major bowl for this program. But here they are, and not only is it a major bowl, it's part of the college football playoff, and Arizona State's one of the last 8 standing, competing for the national championship. And it was just really a neat moment today to be at the coach's press conference. Steve Sarkisian, the Texas coach, and Kenny Dillingham, both appearing before the media this morning in Atlanta, and seeing them pose with the Peach Bowl championship trophy, and to see the Sparky helmet seated on or rested on a table above the quarterfinal playoff logo was just kind of a compelling moment for me, because it just occurred to me, who 2 months ago would have even thought that Arizona State would be this far and had advanced this far. So just really everything that's gone on here in Atlanta since we arrived Sunday night is just first-class, top-notch bowl game hospitality and such. And although it's a different feel this year, the Peach Bowl committee folks have said, ordinarily by this time in the week leading to the Peach Bowl, teams would have done numerous, touristy kind of activities that are often a staple of bowl game week for college football teams, but there's a different dynamic in play here. This is a playoff game, and so there hasn't been that component of it. It's pretty much been nose to the grindstone business. The fact the team just got back from their final practice just a few moments ago, and they're going to go to a movie. I think they're going to go see Gladiator 2 this afternoon, but that's going to be the extent of their pregame bowl activity until they strap it up and go out, hit the field to play Texas tomorrow.
Yeah, that's interesting, Tim, and that doesn't surprise me, because Kenny Dillingham, they've been locked in, and I'm sure maybe he wants to have them have a little bit of a free moment this afternoon, which is kind of cool. So thanks for that info. But
Gladiator,
how about for you?
That's a calm movie.
I know, right? It's not exactly calm, but let me ask you, Tim, as you mentioned, all the things, they're part of this historic 12-team playoff. It kind of feels to me like a Super Bowl for Arizona State, even though hopefully there's another one after this. But I just am curious. You said you've been there since Sunday. I mean, what's it been like with the fans coming in, and how much Sun Devil spirit have you seen out there so far in Atlanta?
Well, that's another cool part of it, Jody. There's been a lot of that. I've heard that Arizona State sold out their allotment of 13,000 tickets, and we've just seen streams of fans, not only here in the team hotel in downtown Atlanta, but walking along the streets, and you'll get a Go Devils randomly from someone clad in maroon and gold across the street. I think the Texas fans will definitely outnumber the ASU fans in Mercedes-Benz Stadium tomorrow, but there will be plenty of maroon and gold. There is plenty of maroon and gold here, and that's, for me, one of the other really neat things about this whole deal is just to see Sun Devil Nation so invigorated, or to use Kenny's word, activated. He talked about activating the Valley. Well, I think this football team is in the process of activating Sun Devil Nation. Sun Devil fans all over the country, I think, are rallying in support of this team. And, I met a fan today who traveled here from Portland, Oregon with his son, to come root for the Devils in this bowl game. So that's been the other real gratifying thing to see. A program that had struggled so much in recent years now has just totally flipped the script and energized its fan base in the process.
We're talking to Tim Healey. Tim, so much is made of Texas, and I get it, rightly so. They're obviously a very good program.
Pardon me? I'm sorry.
We just dropped off.
I lost you for a minute.
Where do you think ASU has the distinct advantage in this game?
You're cutting in and out.
Oh, no, we're losing Tim. Tim, are you still there?
Yeah, we're here.
As far as just this matchup, where do you feel like the Sun Devils have a distinct advantage over Texas?
Well, it's going to be tough, Luke. I mean, they're a really, really good team. And I think the big thing you notice about Texas is how beefy and how talented they are on both sides of the ball, offensive line and defensive line. Their defensive line is just loaded with depth and talent. And I think that's going to be a real challenging matchup for the Sun Devils. The one thing that does intrigue me about this matchup is both teams are really good in the turnover game. Arizona State is plus 14 in turnovers. That's the sixth best turnover ratio in the country. Texas leads the nation in takeaways with 29. However, the Longhorns have also coughed up 23 turnovers. So the Sun Devils have proven themselves to be fairly opportunistic, and I think they will need to be opportunistic tomorrow. You get the feeling that they're going to need some kind of big plays or a couple of Texas mistakes in order to pull off the upset. They are 2-touchdown underdogs in this game, and I think turnovers could be a big key for them if they are able to get the win.
I think, Scattaboo, everyone's got their eyes on him. He's been kind of the engine that makes it all go. But if, as you mentioned, that beefy defensive line makes it difficult, how prepared has this season, all of the big wins and even the 2 losses prepared Sam Levigne for a moment like this? If it does come down to him being able to, have to win the game, have to make big plays with his arm.
Well, I think, Jody, that this is almost a moment made for Sam Levigne. He is just a young man of supreme confidence. One of the big stories that has come out of Atlanta this week was Sam's comments at Media Day yesterday, where he basically sees this game as an opportunity to prove that he's a better quarterback than Texas' Quinn Ewers. And I don't think that was meant as any disrespect to Quinn Ewers, who's a terrific quarterback. I think it was just Sam's way of expressing how much belief he has in himself. And he has shown such tremendous poise beyond his years as a redshirt freshman quarterback this year. He's led the Sun Devils to several, fourth quarter rallies and wins, most notably the victory against Kansas back in October. And I just kind of think this sort of bowl game is made for him to step on this biggest stage like he did at the Big 12 championship game and performed so magnificently with 3 touchdown passes and a touchdown run. And I think he's made for moments like this. And, he's going to need some time to throw, but with his legs, I think he does have the ability to make plays with his legs. And Kenny was talking today about how much Sam has matured over the course of the season, in that he looks to use his legs just to prolong or extend plays, and he's not too quick to get away from the design play to scramble. So I think he has the potential to have a big game tomorrow, and I think he'll need to. He and Scat, because so much of what they do offensively is predicated on the ability of Cam Scattaboo to run the football, and that will be one of the major keys. Can the Sun Devils establish that run against a really stout Texas defensive front?
Tim, this is exciting. We're looking forward to it, man. I'll talk to you on the pregame show, all right?
Thanks, Tim.
Sounds good, Luke. Happy New Year to you and Jody.
You too.
Happy New Year.
That's Tim Healey, voice of the Sun Devils, joining us right there on the Arizona Sports Line. Just the simple fact that he said what he said at the start, that this is probably the biggest game he's ever called for ASU, that says it all.
It says it all, yeah. Because, and to think that it's been 27 years and he was here, I think he was only here a year or 2 before that.
Yeah. He got here, I think he started calling right after the Rose Bowl. Yeah,
the biggest game for Tim, and he's been doing it a long time.
He's been doing it for a while.
Thanks for watching Wolf and Luke. Tap to see more and click the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.